Hey Alexa, all right, I've got your work up. By the way, if you when you do save this out as a PDF, it doesn't. Yeah, I'm not real sure if you assemble this in Design or in Illustrator, but when you save out the PDF, there should always be a page range. I mean, you could take a 100-page PDF and save page 46 as a PDF. Do you see what I'm saying? Or I'm sorry, a 100-page InDesign document, or but just look for a page range, and that will define it. If you have difficulty, let me know. I'll make a quick video for you. But at any rate, it's really, really super important as a designer to be able to extract pages from a file and present those in PDF format. We do it all the time. So my recommendation is to get well versed on that. And let me know if you need help in that regard. So anyways, let's go and take a look. I couldn't figure, oh, that's all. Okay. So I see you haven't described your intent here at all. And that's something that's really important. I don't mean to sound discouraging, but at this point, you should be able to take a look. You should be able to say, okay, hey, this is why I chose this color. This is, let me start this by saying that this assignment is a culmination of everything that we've learned throughout the weeks, right? And we've learned a lot throughout the weeks, you have to admit. So I'm kind of looking for you to throw this all together. I don't mean throw it together like haphazardly throw it together, but to conscientiously and thoughtfully include many of the elements and principles that we've learned throughout the weeks in this final poster. Now, the reason I say that, and also I want to mention that my critiques and my comments are also going to be a few degrees more complex than they have up until this point, which only makes sense because we're learning. Every week we're learning more. So it only makes sense that the critiques become a little bit more stringent and the grading become a little bit more stringent as well, right? That only makes sense. Let's go and jump over to the work. So what I'm after is this. And remember that I said this right now as a designer. Remember this day. All right, for the rest of your design career, remember this day when your instructor for typography at RimCAD, Michael Maldonado, said to you, Alexa, don't ever make a choice in any piece of design work that you do from now to the end of time that doesn't have a conceptual meaning. All right, what does that mean? That means this. I've got some questions for you. I'm going to throw these questions at you. And in a portfolio setting, designers need to have answers for these questions. If I'm interviewing a candidate for an internship or even for a design position at my studio, I ask questions like this. Okay, tell me why you use this typeface. What does it have? What ties does it have to do conceptually? Okay, I'm looking for a solid answer. If I don't have one, honest to God, I'm telling you the truth, I kind of move on. I think, okay, if I'm sitting and interviewing somebody for an intern job or a design position, and I say, so this is an interesting color combination. Can you talk a little bit about that? And they say something like, oh, I'm not sure. I just picked that color. Then I'm off already thinking about the next candidate. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's that important. And again, I don't mean to sound discouraging at all. This is all part of the learning process, right? So my question for you is this: why this typeface? All right, why brown? Why brown and white? Why did you elect to use the same typeface for the subhead that you used for the headline? Why is the headline set in all caps while the subhead isn't? Okay, why white for the text? It's questions like this that just really need answers. So as a designer, you should be thinking about this, thinking about all of these things. So every mark on every page from now on has to have a reason for being there. Does that make sense? All right, let's go ahead and take a look at where we're at typographically. Right now, this needs to be current. None of these letters have been current according, well, at least it doesn't appear as though these letters have been current according to the rules of kerning that we learned way back in week 1 and 2. So let's apply that. This could use some kerning too as well. There's some areas right here that are a little bit tighter than others. So you want to look at your kerning. Next thing is, don't forget the front of the poster, no illustration at all. No images on the front of the poster. That include illustration. We want to create meaning, all of our meaning typographically. So when I look at this piece, I say to myself, the first thing I say is, what does this designer want? What is the message making here? Other than Albert Einstein was a theoretical physicist, right? I mean, what exactly am I trying? I'm trying to figure out what this designer is trying to tell me, right? So at that point, I think that you should really, really kick back and think about your concept, all right? And to assist you in this regard, and I'm just going to check something really quickly. Yeah, you did look at this announcement. And this is one of the most important announcements in the entire class. So it basically what I do is I deconstruct these highly, highly, highly successful pieces, all right? So look at this post, look at this video again and look at these posters. Spend some time here, Alexa. Really spend some time. I promise you, look at this 2 or 3 more times. It will kick in. It will sink. It will sink in. I promise you. Then you want to start thinking about what are you trying to say about Albert Einstein and how can you say it? Do you see what I'm saying? So that's where we're at. So I mean, right now I think we're just a little bit underdeveloped. So moving forward, take a look at the announcement that I just showed you. Take a look at all of the associated announcements. Please look at all of the lectures associated with this week. Try to come up with a good, solid conceptual idea for the poster. If you're having difficulty, let me know. I'll see if I can chime in with some ideas myself. But I really want you to sleep on this. I really want you to say, all right, so for example, and I use this example just because it's such a strong piece. But for example, right here, okay, this Toni Morrison piece, this is saying a lot right here. It's simple. It's just a fist with a chain. It's typographic. It's not illustration because it's replacing the O, right, in Toni. So, and then that concept is followed through on the back of the page. So we can see just really super tight concept, really super tight harmony, and super tight consistency and continuation from the front, regarding the concept from the front to the back of the poster. That's what we're after. Okay, don't forget, no images on the front. If you want to create some sort of a typographic illustration like that, have at it for sure. Okay, at this point, I think it's really, really super important, Alexa. Let me know if you have any questions at all. But let's work in that regard. If you want to work on something again and repost it, that's great. But I really think we're after really super compelling message making here. That's hard to say. All right, Alexa, great. Thank you very much. Of course, please let me know if you have any questions at all. All right, fantastic. Thank you very much.